Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video, and in today's video I'll be giving you guys a full beginner guide on the new champion Akshan. I'll show you how his abilities works, I'll show you when to use his abilities, I'll show you all the different ways that you can use his abilities because there is so much about Akshan that I have to tell you. I'll also show you a good build on Akshan, so let's immediately get into the video. So Akshan, his passive, it's a lot, but I'm gonna make it easy for you, okay? So the first part of his passive, every 3 hits from attacks or abilities deal additional damage and they give you shield. That's it. So let me show you. Basic attack, you can see it, it's like the Vayne passive, right? Where after 3 attacks you deal bonus damage. It's pretty much the same. So as you can see, basic attack and abilities, you will deal bonus damage, and you will always deal this bonus damage. Like every 3 attacks, you will deal the bonus damage. But on top of that, you will also gain a shield. And you will gain this shield for 2 seconds. Here, let me show you. Basic attack, basic attack, basic attack. Do you see that bonus shield that I'm getting right now? So that's what I'm getting from the passive. And this shield has a 4-second cooldown. Take a look at under my HP. You see that yellow thing under my HP? Boom, you see that? That's the shield. So you can see how long the cooldown is, so you can't spam the shield, of course, otherwise it would be too broken. So keep that in mind. Okay, the next part about his passive is the way that his basic attack works. So let me show you. So if I just hit the enemy, you can see that he shoots 2 basic attacks. So he shoots his first attack and then he shoots another one, and the second attack deals a bit less damage. And yes, this means you're gonna apply 2 stacks at the enemy. As you can see, basic attack, that's 2 stacks. So the next stack, it gives me the passive, as you can see. But what you can also do is only shoot 1 basic attack. Let's take a look at the passive real quick. So you can shoot another basic attack, but you can also cancel the second shot to gain 80% bonus movement speed, which decays over 1 second. So let me show you. If you hit 2 attacks, you do not get bonus movement speed. But if you cancel the second one, boom, look at this. Every time you hit the enemy, you get movement speed. Just look at this, guys. You see that? Whenever I'm just hitting him once, I get bonus movement speed. So that's pretty much the passive of Akshan. By the way, there's 2 ways that you can hit 2 basic attacks. The first way is to just hit, boom, boom, to just hit that bit thingy. But you can also do it while moving. But you're gonna stand still. But let me show you, because normally while you're moving, if you just attack the enemy, as you can see, it hits only 1 attack. But when you hold down the button, boom, boom, it hits 2 attacks. So whenever you want to hit 2 attacks, which will deal more damage ultimately, you just hold down the basic attack thingy. So now let's talk about the first ability. Very simple to understand. It's basically a boomerang. Boom, as you can see. So when you hit an enemy, you deal damage to them when it goes through them and when it comes back. But there is more to it. The first thing that there is about it is you get bonus movement speed. Here, I hit the boomerang. Whenever you hit the boomerang on an enemy, you get 40% bonus movement speed, which decays over 1 second. As you can see, boom. This is all. I'm already going to give you tips on when to use these abilities, by the way. So let's say there's an enemy chasing me right now. You can do basic attack, which will give you bonus movement speed. And you can also throw your first ability behind you. So you can easily escape from enemies. If you feel like you don't want to basic attack them, just throw your first ability and run. Get that 40% bonus movement speed. Same goes when catching up an enemy. Basic attack, first ability, you can easily catch up to the enemies. So the next part to understand about the first ability is the range extends whenever you hit an enemy. Take a look at this. And as you can see, it goes through multiple enemies. So not only 1 enemy, the range extends and it applies your stack on all the enemies that you hit, as you can see. Here, it applied the stacks on all of the enemies. So there is actually more to the first ability than you may think. So the other thing that there's about it is it extends with minions too, as you can see. So you can use it to poke the enemy with the minions. Let's say the enemy is standing behind this minion. Boom, you see that? It also extends with jungle camps, as you can see. So let me give you a really good tip about the first ability as well. This ability is really good for checking dragons. Let's say you don't have a ward anymore. Boom. It reveals an area, as you can see. Even if you don't hit the dragon, the first ability actually reveals an area for a quick period. Here, you can see the light around it. And this is actually very important. So you can reveal an area with the first ability. So that's all there is about the first ability. So now talk about the second ability. This one is very interesting. Let me just tell you some things about this ability. So it makes you invisible. right? It makes you invisible. Enemies can literally, or sorry, camouflaged. It makes you camouflaged. When enemies enter your area, they can actually see you. So if they enter the circled area, which is actually a pretty big area, they can actually see you here. You see the exclamation mark on top of my head? Right now, they can see me. So keep that in mind when using this ability. So what you need to know about this ability is when you stay next to a wall or a turret, you can become camouflaged forever. Or if you stay in a bush, you can also become camouflaged forever. So as you can see, if I move from bush to a wall and then to another wall, I can just stay camouflaged through the whole duration. Look at this. This is normal. This is how it actually works. And then you go to a lane and boom, you can gank a lane here. Boom, gank. They will never see you coming. Unless, of course, they see you, right, in the camouflaged part. So another thing about the camouflage part is it doesn't actually work with teleport. I've tried it. I tried to use the camouflage with the teleport. It doesn't work. So another thing to know about the second ability is the passive, of course. So as it reads, enemies that kill allied champions. So whenever an enemy kills one of your teammates, they become scoundrels for 40 seconds. You'll see it on top of their heads. They'll become scoundrels. And whenever you take out the scoundrel, you will get 100 bonus gold, and you will revive all of the allies that the enemy scoundrel has killed. So let's say this dummy has killed 2 of my allies, right? And I killed the dummy within 40 seconds. What happens then is it instantly revives the 2 allies that the scoundrel killed, that this dummy killed, right? So that's how it works. So whenever your team gets wiped by the enemy, all you gotta, not wiped, whenever a teammate gets killed by an enemy champion, when you kill that enemy champion within 40 seconds, you will instantly revive your teammate. This could be massive, guys, especially with junglers. Let's say the enemy jungler kills your jungler and the dragon is up. What you can do is, if you can kill that enemy jungler then while he's a scoundrel, it will instantly revive your jungler. What does that mean? You have the jungler advantage, so you can take the dragon. See, that is actually such a massive thing. So this is going to be the best to do, as I said, with the jungler versus jungler interaction. You can tell your jungler, yo man, get the enemy jungler low, even though if he dies, it's okay. Because then you can kill the enemy jungler. I'm gonna repeat it because this is so important to understand. You can kill the enemy jungler with Akshan while he's a scoundrel. And then, yes, it's gonna reset his cooldown. So he's gonna be up again. Okay, so now on to the third ability. This one is so interesting. I have so much to say about this one. So let me show you what it does. You latch yourself, let's kill this main first, by the way. You latch yourself on a wall. And as you can see, you can choose, do I want to go down or up? I choose up, and you will go up. While you're going around, you will shoot enemies. Sorry, let me show you. You will shoot enemies that are close to you. And it prioritizes enemies with a stack. So let me show you again. Boom. You shoot the enemies while you're going around. So there's a few things to understand about this. If you go into a wall like this, you stop. So if you use the ability into a wall, you stop. If you use the ability into an enemy champion, if you use the ability into an enemy champion, you also stop, as you can see. So keep in mind that it's actually quite important to understand that it stops you. So enemies can actually stop you, which could be game changing, right? They could stop you, and yeah, that could mean death for you. So another thing that you can do is you can recast it and you can roll. So you can recast the ability and you can roll away, as you can see, and then you can hit the enemy. Let me show you again. Boom. You can roll. So another thing that you can do with the third ability is flash. You can immediately flash out of it. So roll flash, or you don't even have to roll. So if you want to surprise the enemies, you go here and then flash, basic attack. You can just completely surprise them with it. And let me just show you something funny. I don't know if this is ever going to be useful, but I just want to show you this, okay? So take a look at this. You can use the stasis while you're going around. Look at this. Honestly, I don't know if this is ever going to be useful, but you can do it. That's all that matters, right? And of course, minions are not going to block you. Only projectiles are going to block you. As you can see, you can dash right through the minions. So you can use the stasis during the third ability if you feel like it's good. So another thing to know about the third ability is whenever you take down an enemy. So let's say I've used it and let me just show you. Let's say I just used the ability right here and it has an 11-second cooldown. Whenever I take down an enemy, the ability gets fully reset, 100% reset. So if you can kill an enemy, if you can catch out an enemy and kill him with the third ability, do it, because it's going to reset the ability. So let me see. Champion takedowns restore his abilities. And another thing to know is, let's take a look. So after you've used it, oh, that's because of the Naforis quick blades. Yeah, the Naforis quick blade is reducing the cooldown, but that's the build part of the video. I'm not going to talk about that right now. That's not right now. So let's now talk about the most interesting ability, which is the ultimate. So let me just show you what the ultimate does real quick. You lock onto an enemy, and the longer you charge up, the more attacks you're going to hit. So if you charge up and you immediately shoot, boom, boom, you only hit 2 attacks, or maybe even 1 if you just do it instantly. 2, actually 2 is the minimum. So you want to use it as long as possible, and then so let me show you a few things that are important to understand about this ability. So let's just shoot this on him, and boom. Everything can body block the ultimate. Minions, turrets, jungle camps, everything, or any other enemy champion. Let me show you. If I want to hit that guy and I shoot it here, it gets body blocked. This ability is incredibly powerful in a 1v1 situation where the enemy cannot find anything to body block. This is an executing ability. So the basic principle is you lock onto an enemy, you shoot your shots, but there is more behind it. You deal more damage if the enemy is at low HP. As it sees, it increases so the damage you deal is 67 physical damage plus, you know, it scales with your attack damage. And it increases up to 267 physical damage plus 50% bonus damage based on the target's missing health. That's like almost 3 or 4 times more damage. So if the enemy is low, your ultimate will do way more damage, and thus that makes this ultimate an executing ability. So whenever you're hard chasing an enemy, man, these minions are ending the game. Wait, actually, I'm just gonna remove the minions real quick. Oh, I just removed the dummies. Oops. Oh my god, they almost ended the game. So let me just put it down. Yeah, you can also combo this ability. If I can just put down enemy dummies. So you can combo this ability with your third ability. So let me show you. If you ult and do it like this, as you can see, it shoots while you're using your third ability as well. So if I go on him, as you can see, it shoots while you're using your third ability. This could be useful because if you're gonna take out an enemy 100%, like let's say he's super low, what you can do then is like I can take him out. Then you can also use your hook shot to get over here and catch out another enemy, right? Because your hook shot is gonna get reset. So keep that in mind. However, keep in mind that you have to roll away before your ultimate kills the enemy. So when I'm going for the enemy and I'm going here, make sure you roll away before your ultimate actually kills the enemy. So then it actually it resets the third ability. So let me actually tell you more about it. So now I'm gonna talk about some combos that you can do with Akshan. There's a lot of combos, so let me just show you real quick. The basic combo: basic attack, first ability, basic attack. So the way that you want to do it is basic attack, third ability, basic attack, first ability, basic attack. So you want to do this as fast as possible. Basically, so you don't want to do it like this. I mean, you can do it like that if the enemy is stunned, but if you just want to do quick damage, basic attack, first ability, basic attack. That's how you want to do it, guys. And when your first ability comes back, you really want to try your best to hit the enemy as well. And you can dictate where your first ability moves. As you can see, it just goes back to wherever you are. So you have to make sure that you actually hit him when your first ability comes back. So this is like the combo that you'll always do in your lane, basically, right? Because it's going to give you a lot of bonus movement speed and you are going to get the shield. This is very important to understand. The shield allows you to just easily outtrade any enemy. Like the bonus shield that you get is insane in these short trades, and it is actually made for these short trades. A quick thing to know, by the way, is you can use your first ability and then flash. I mean, why would you ever do this? Really just to catch out an enemy, but otherwise, nah. So this basic attack, first ability, basic attack combo is pretty much the foundation of all of his combos. Let me show you. So you can come in camouflaged, so the enemy will not see you. Sorry, you have to be here. The enemy cannot see you. Then basic attack, first ability, basic attack, right after you've camouflaged. So another thing that you can do is you can come in with your third ability. If I just do it correctly, boom, 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 and then basic attack, first ability, basic attack. you know, this is another thing that you could do. As I said, with the third ability, you go in with the third ability, basic attack, first ability, basic attack. Your third ability is going to be the most useful in the lane, especially in the mid lane. Let me show you why. So if I put a dummy, if I just quickly put a dummy here, let me show you. So if you're going around, boom, boom, boom. Oh, wait. If you're going around like this, you can see in the mid lane, you can actually go around for super long because there's not a lot of walls here. And as you can see, you can quite easily hit the enemy just like that. So you go in and then you roll in the enemy and basic attack, first ability, basic attack. That's the combo. That's the engaging combo that you have. But keep in mind, this is very dangerous to use. I would only recommend you to actually engage with the hook like this if you really believe you're going to actually kill the enemy. So you engage and then you roll out. Oops, I just used the flash. Basic attack, first ability, basic attack. Keep in mind that you're not going to have your third ability to escape anymore. This is his only escaping ability, guys. You have no other ability to escape because this one is only going to make you camouflaged. As you can see, you can still see me. So if you feel like you're not going to immediately kill the enemy, just trade with him like this. And when you have to escape, of course, you go out like that. Very, very easy. So another thing, the ultimate is another addition to the combos. Like there is really like one big combo that he has. You know, like you engage on the enemy, you roll out basic attack, first ability basic attack, and then if he gets low enough, you use your ultimate. And here you can do whatever you feel like you can do. You can move as far away as you want, but when your ultimate actually casts, you will stand still. Keep that in mind. So while charging up your ultimate, you can do whatever you want, but when your ultimate is shooting, you will stand still. This is very important to understand. Another thing to understand is you can actually go under towers. Let me just show you with your third ability, the rope. I'm going to show you at this tower. So you're only going to be taking a few shots. As you can see, boom. Oh, not this tower, of course. It has to be this tower. Whew, I'm sorry. So imagine there is a tower here. Imagine that there's a tower here. You go into the range, you take one shot, and then you go in and then you roll. This is a combination to turret dive an enemy. Incredibly powerful, as I said, to turret dive an enemy. Let's say your jungler is here. You can go here. After your jungler has engaged the turret, you can go in, go here, and then basic attack, first ability, basic attack, just completely demolish the enemy. And you can also 1v1 turret dive because, of course, of your passive. Because when you do basic attack, first ability, basic attack, or just basic attack, you're gonna get that shield, which allows you to tank a turret shot, guys. These are all very important things to understand. So, yeah, those are the combos and all the things, the basic things that you really need to understand about Akshan. By the way, I am an ex-challenger gameplay YouTuber. If you want to watch my gameplays, just look at my channel, subscribe, give the video a like. If the video gets a lot of likes, I don't know how many, but I'm going to make an Akshan gameplay video as well. So, okay, let's now talk about the build. And I really want to say there is a lot of new items, and this is the build that I constructed, which I think is going to work really well. But keep in mind, the build is going to change a lot because there are so many crit items, which all work really well on Akshan. So Infinity Edge is going to be a core item for Akshan. The critical strikes are going to be huge, and the damage that this item just provides is totally worth it. So for your second item, Static Shift. Honestly, another interesting item could be Runan's Hurricane. However, it's not good single target damage, and I feel like the way that Akshan is in Wild Rift, where if you execute one enemy, you're gonna reset your third ability. I feel like Runan's Hurricane isn't really gonna fit his kit. But keep in mind, with Runan's Hurricane, if you hit 3 enemies at the same time, you're gonna be able to proc your passive damage 3 times on all of the enemies, right? But I didn't put it there because it's just not the maximum damage. Static Shift, as I said, is going to be really powerful because of the way that his basic attacks work. In the passive, you guys remember, right? He has 2 attacks, like boom, boom. You can cancel the attack, of course, but to deal the most damage, you're going to be dealing the 2 attacks, and you're going to be able to stack up the energized stacks of the Static Shift super fast, thus allowing you to get the bonus damage from the Static Shift quite often. So for the boots, Glutinous Griefs, definitely. And for the enchantments, Stasis Enchant is generally going to be really good. Protobelt, you could use Protobelt to escape because your only mobility really is your third ability. So Protobelt could be good. And then Bloodthirster. The new Bloodthirster is probably going to be absolutely broken on this champion because it already gives you a shield on top of your shield that you're going to be generating with the first ability as well. The crit, the physical vamp, the attack damage, everything about this item fits him perfectly. So for the Mortal Reminder is going to be really good for you as well. Surreal Grudge, I mean, this could be good as well on him and might actually be better than the Mortal Reminder because your basic attacks are going to be slowing the enemy. So on top of, see, the reason that I felt like you don't need it is because you get the bonus movement speed already. So you'll be able to catch up to the enemy, whatever. You'll be able to catch up to them very easily. So Mortal Reminder is going to be good if they have healing, but Surreal Grudge is going to be good if you want to slow the enemies just for your teammates, right? But you're not going to be needing this. That's why Mortal Reminder is generally going to be better. So as your last item, Navori's Quick Blades. This is just the ultimate broken last item on crit champions. It's just absolutely insane. So you could also get where's the item, Guardian Angel instead, if you just want the Guardian Angel, right? But I really recommend Navori's Quick Blade as your last item. It's just insanely broken. Now about the other items, we're just gonna have to see. I really feel like not many of the new items are gonna fit him super well. That's why I chose these items for him. But as I said, this build is gonna change throughout the day, throughout the days, yeah. So for your runes, Conqueror, he can easily stack up the Conqueror. Easily. All of his abilities just deal so many ticks of damage. You always want to go for Conqueror. For your second rune, Hunter Vampirism, I really like this on him because the Vampirism stacks are really nice on him. You could go for Brutal for the reliable damage, but Hunter Vampirism just provides way more. It just provides way more. Third rune, it depends on what you need, right? Bone Plating against a lot of burst damage. Hunter Titan if you want tenacity, and I generally recommend Hunter Titan. Adaptive Carapace if you just want to chill in the early game. But generally, Hunter Titan is going to be the best. So Sweet Tooth is broken, so you always want to go for Sweet Tooth. And spells, I mean, Barrier, you could go for Exhaust as well if you're against a Zed, Katarina, Akali, champions like that just want to instantly kill you. The reason that I'm saying Exhaust is because he already has a shield. I mean, Barrier is still going to be good, of course, but he already has the shield. So that was it for the video. I'm going to make an Akshan gameplay video, I think, as well. So give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and put a comment under the video because I'm doing a skin giveaway. Giving away 15 skins. Just put down a comment, okay? So yeah, that was it for the video and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.